Welcome to a new Daily Top Askreddit video. Today's topic.
Are you still using cash? Why? I get cash tips at work, I'll use it for lunch. I like cash cause my bank account doesn't know it exists, it's secret money. My bank account doesn't know it exists. My wife and I both love it when we get a hold of cash. Because it's off the books. The only people we're hiding it from is each other. But it doesn't count against our weekly personal spending budgets. I love when DH forgets cash in his laundry. The laundry fairy gladly accepts tips. Granted, I just put it in my stash spot to pull out when he asks if I have any cash. But it's fun to find $20 in the dryer. IRS intensifies. You don't have to pay taxes on it if you spend it right away. You can actually apply for a refund on your taxes if you make it rain in the club. I find it easier to control my spending if I use cash. Not me. I'm constantly going back to the ATM. It must be the withdrawals. This has been proven in studies before. That people spend more when they don't physically see the money leave their hands and decrease in value. Interesting. I'm the complete opposite. My brain goes, well, spending cash won't affect my bank account, so it's basically like not spending money. Quote. You can't snort lines of Adderall through a Dogecoin. Well, if that ain't the shiniest new sentence I have ever heard. I use cash for transactions I'd rather there not be a financial paper trail for. Like the second burger at a McDonald's and that kind of thing. Yes. But it is better if I suggest crime instead. Feels cooler. I have an idiot brother-in-law that thought you could do that with credit cards. He was hiding his 6 to 8 times a week McDonald's habit from my sister and using the credit card. I don't think he is actually smart enough to hide the bills from her. I think they were just really disorganized at the time. But somehow she didn't see a bill for like 3 months. He also wasn't paying it off because they were flat broke at the time. She nearly killed him. Taco trucks around me are cash only. Literally came here to say cause I own a taco truck. Doing the Lord's work. Because the kid who mows my lawn doesn't have Venmo. The kid who comes to my door selling tamales does. Yum. I wanna live where you live. Because the government be all up in my business. For all debts private and public. Why would you type the smiley face backwards, you freak greater than shocked face? Informal transactions. Everybody takes cash. Dunno if it's still true. But there were a couple of small restaurants in town recently that wouldn't take cards. They would take a local check, and there was an ATM in the corner. They were small enough that they didn't want to take the hit on credit card merchant fees. And local enough that people accepted it. There's a place in DFW, one of the more popular restaurants, that is cash only. They've operated like that for 80 plus years of being open. And have always kept doing it. It is one of the largest places I've ever seen in terms of a restaurant. Have an ATM inside, as well as option for check. Joe TS is extremely overrated and I will die on that hill. Everyone should have some emergency cash. Nobody in Russia thought their bank accounts would be locked out of SWIFT, but it happened. Yup. I have a cash stash I add to every so often, just in case. If nothing else, what if I lose my card or it stops working? Where do you live exactly? How would I pay an escort with a credit card? A lot of them take Venmo. Source: Congressman Matt Gaetz. Or a stripper. https://u2.be/kf1ig0gx3lw. I use cash occasionally. Kids come to the door to shovel the walk, for example. My very rare purchase of lottery tickets. Tiny purchases, pack of gum, etc. When I buy lottery tickets I can't use my credit card at all. I don't carry a debit card. Same for the lottery terminal I operate, cash or debit card, no credit cards or contactless. I'm guessing it's to prevent problem gamblers maxing out the credit cards on lottery tickets. It could also be the fact the debit card merchant charges a flat fee per month. Whereas credit cards take a cut of your sales. Yes, because it's anonymous. Also, my bank card doesn't work during a power outage. But my money does. It's crazy how many people are willing to give up privacy for convenience. Don't forget the rewards points. That's what got me using them. Do you have a lot of power outages where you decide to go shopping? Edit. Obviously I understand that in some places power outages aren't uncommon. Yes, natural disasters happen and can wreak I don't fucking know spelling, havoc on electrical grids. The comment was meant as a fucking joke to the person that seemed to decide shopping during a power outage is the right time to shop. That's stupid. I would wait until the power returned. That's why they call it the dark web. I don't get a prompt to tip when I pay cash. TBH, this is the most attractive reason to use cash in this thread. Just to buy weed and whores. Frank Reynolds' voice came out of nowhere. I use cash at a farmer's markets, flea markets because most of the stands don't have card readers. Kind of similar for vendor halls at conventions, art shows. Plus if you use card they have to add tax, but cash is king and the $20 tag means $20 cash. And drug dealers. They hate paper trails so they prefer cold, hard cash. Credit card processes go down. Some services only accept cash. Throwing actual cash at some problems makes them disappear quicker. Less susceptible to getting information skimmed in sketchy or insecure unsecure locations. There are some transactions I don't want trails of. True that. What's particularly annoying is that, on the flip side, certain sellers only accept card. Especially since COVID. Then I take my business somewhere else.